What's up, guys? It's Sydney, and this is your 20-minute rest day deep stretch. So grab a spot on your mat and let's get to it. What's up, guys? So excited to have you here for our 20-minute rest day deep stretch. Just to point out the obvious before we get started, I do have a bandage on my foot. I had an incident about 3 months ago with gun violence. I guess not to shade anything, but to put it to you totally blunt. We've been recovering for about 3 months, and I'm gonna put the link to the story of what actually happened in the description of this video. So it's a little bit graphic if you wanna watch that, but understand this will be here for about another 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a little more, but everything is going great with my healing. I'm so excited to be back on stage with you guys. So just wanted to explain that, lay it out there before we get started so you don't think anything's wrong. We're almost fully recovered, but just not quite yet, okay? So let's get started with our deep stretch. It's your rest day. Maybe you're doing this post-workout. Whenever you're doing it, you need it. Trust me, we don't stretch enough as humans in general, okay? So let's start with the upper body, and then we're gonna work our way down, and we're gonna come into a seated position at the end. Let's start with big backwards arm circles in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Now we're gonna work on each stretch for about 30 seconds, if not more. Okay, we'll do a little bit of mobility exercises. Things like this, like arm swings, hip movements. Great job. Keep breathing as you stretch today. There you go. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's come across your chest. Crossing those arms over your body. You'll feel this one in your chest, you'll feel it in your shoulders, you'll feel it even in your back here in the posterior delts, and also in your back muscles, the rhomboids, right beside your spine. Great job. Remember to breathe. I want to keep reminding you of that all day. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go forward circles now. Okay, big forward circles. Okay, you can have a slight bend in your knees so that your back isn't arching every time you go back, right? Just bend a little bit. Keep your torso upright. And breathe. And get those arms loosened up. A lot of times we find ourselves slouching over a lot in the day. 3, 2, 1, great job. Now I want you to lace your fingertips together, turn your hands palm facing away, and reach up, and I really want you to push your shoulder blades out away from your body. So reach up and push out, opening up those shoulder blades. Good, hold here for about another 3 seconds. Big deep inhale, and lean over to the right just a little bit. Just enough to where you can feel the stretch right here in your lats. Okay, not rounding out your chest. Okay, keep the chest open. And breathe. 3, 2, 1. Now let's float over to the other side. There you go. You should feel this stretch also in your intercostals, the muscles right around your ribs, in your core. Great job. 3, 2, 1. Now let's come back up to the top, releasing your hands. I want you to grab them behind your back, okay? So lacing your fingers behind your back, and separate your feet just a little bit, about hip width apart or a little wider, okay? You're gonna hinge your hips backwards as your arms stay back behind you. If you can, I want you to release your arms. Okay, you'll feel this stretch in your hamstrings, but also in your chest, in your shoulders. And just kind of let your arms fall as far as they will naturally fall. Don't force them down towards the ground. And breathe, continue to breathe. And you'll feel them slowly dropping lower and lower as your shoulders learn to relax. Great job, just about another 7 seconds. And then I'll tell you to release your arms in 3, 2, 1. Bring them back to your tailbone first, and now release them. And I want you to place them on the floor Since we're already stretching the hamstrings, we're gonna solely focus on those guys for a second. So just go as low as you can with your back flat, okay? Notice my back isn't rounded out. So if that means you're here with your back flat, that's okay. I want you pushing your hips backwards so that the hamstring gets the focus versus if you're rounded, it's more of a back focus, okay? So flatten out and just go as low as you can with that flat back. Okay, I want your spine neutral. You're looking forward straight to the ground right in front of your nose. And you're pushing your hips back away from your toes. This is one I'll spend a little extra time on just because that posterior chain ties into your lower back, which ties into mid back, upper back. A lot of times tight muscles can ricochet and have their effects elsewhere in your spine. So I really want to take the time today and every day to stretch them out. All right, go ahead and place your hands out in front of you now. And we're gonna move into sort of a pike position here. All right, I have a little bit of limited mobility, so I know we're all different flexibility levels, so I want you to start pedaling your heels up and down, one at a time, with your ears right between your biceps. Okay, just relax your neck. You don't need to be looking up at your hands, just relax it. And pedal. Give me 2 seconds per stretch. 1, 2, and switch. This is something in my recovery I've had to do a lot with my ankle and my Achilles being a little tighter now in my recovery process. So lots of stretching in the back of the leg. Let's go one more each leg. Good, and now push both heels down to the ground. Keep breathing, relax your neck, let it hang, you're doing great. In this position, I want you to step wide again, so toes to the edge of your mat, okay? And now you're gonna drop forward into a high plank position, dropping down now into a press up, okay? So move all the way down, hips on the ground, feet are flat and they're wide, all right? If you need to go a little lower, that's okay. You can drop down, maybe scoot your hands farther forward and press up from there. The closer you are to your hips, the more your back will arch. So if you need to scoot your hands away, you can do that now, but I want your hips and your stomach to feel this stretch, okay? Give me a couple big, deep breaths. Keep that breathing going. You're doing great. You're gonna feel so much better after this. I love a good, deep stretch. And I'll definitely give you the time to sit in each position so that you truly feel the mobilization and the lengthening of your muscles. All right, I want you to tuck your chin down, pull your abs in, lift your hips up, and shoot your hips back over your calves. Okay, again, if you have limited ankle mobility, you can tuck your toes down. Okay, but I want to push your hips back towards your heels, and then I want you to just drop your chest down towards the mat. Okay, reach your fingertips, walk them out as far as you can. And think of lengthening your spine, so getting your fingertips and your tailbone as far away from each other as you can. And now rest your forehead on the floor to relax your neck. Two, one. All right, lift your hips back up. Let's come into a tabletop position. I'm gonna switch positions. You guys can stay right where you are, but just so you can see what I want here, we're still in this tabletop position, okay? I want you to take one teeny tiny step with your knees outward, okay? And we're gonna go for some hip circles just to keep those hips flowing. We just stretched them out, so let's keep them moving, all right? You're gonna draw a big circle with your tailbone in the air, okay? Let's start with clockwise circles. Pushing way back over each heel and then bringing your chest way up over each hand. Okay, you'll start to feel this loosening things up in your adductors, the inner thighs, and then also in your hips. Okay, give me one more in this direction. Stop at the top, and let's switch directions. Let's go back the other way. And you can feel yourself kind of shift your hips back and roll them forward. You can feel where you're tight, so spend the time, push a little further there. Give me one more circle this way, and then let's bring the knees in together. So knees are together now, okay? Starting with your hands right in front of you, I want you to shift your hands over to the right. Okay, so knees are still here, hands are to the right, and now I want you to drop your hips. So you're floating right over the ground. Okay, knees are stacked up, ankles are stacked up, and I want you to feel this stretch in your hip and your adductor as well. Or your oblique, sorry, not your adductor. Your obliques and your hips, as well as your glutes. Okay, lift your hips back up to the middle. Let's step it over to the left with your hands, and then slowly let your hip fall towards the ground. Knees are still stacked up. Keep stretching, let that hip fall, and keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, amazing. Okay, let's come back into the middle, and now I want you to have a seat just on your butt, taking your right leg out to the side, and I want you to tuck your left foot right into that left thigh, okay? Right into your right thigh, okay? Shifting your chest over to face that toe out front. I want you to fold forward, keeping a nice long spine again. Remember, I don't ever want you rounding your back as you stretch forward. Okay, keep it flat, and then reach your chest towards your toe here. Okay, you should be feeling this a little bit here in your low back, as well as in your hamstring on this straight leg. Everyone will feel tightness in different places because we're all a little bit different in terms of our flexibility and our mobility and the way that our lifestyles are in general, so you will feel it different places. I'll reach a little bit further, reach your chest forward just a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, come back up to the top. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other side. Okay, so left leg out straight, tuck the right foot right in here on your inner thigh. Okay, big deep breath. Shift your chest over towards your foot, and let's fold forward. Keeping your back as straight as possible. Now you may feel tightness in your calf, in your hamstring, and in your lower back, and that's okay because they're all connected. The calf and the hamstring and the glutes and the low back, it's all one big posterior anatomical chain back there, okay? So everything affects everything in your body. So that's great if you feel the stretch all the way up the back and all the way down your leg. Hold it there, spend some time there. One more big deep breath, and exhale, and let's open up your legs in the middle now. Okay, placing your hands right inside your knees, I want you to to fold your chest forward. Again, flat back is the goal. So let's fold, fold, fold. Slide your hands out on your legs, and only stop when you feel that it's too much. Just a little bit more maybe. And you should feel this one in your inner thighs here, and those adductors. Keep a nice tall spine, looking at the floor right in front of your nose. Keep your legs straight and relax. Come back up. Now let's place your hands right in front of you and walk them out, walk them out. Can you get down to your elbows? Okay, if yes, can you flatten out onto your chest maybe? Okay, go as low as you can go. And push yourself just a little bit further than what's comfortable. Good. Let's hold here for about 10 more seconds, and then I'm gonna have you lay over on your back. 3, 2, 1. All right, great job. Come on over onto your back now. Let's work on the hamstrings and the glutes a little bit as well. So fold down onto your back. Right leg is straight, left leg is up in the air, and I want you to pull that left leg with your right hand right up to your chest, keeping it straight. So you can either grab onto your calf. If you can grab onto your toe. Great job. Keep pulling. And now I want you to cross your ankle over onto that opposite knee. Push up towards your chest so you're getting that really good glute stretch on your top leg side. Keep your spine flat. Make sure you're not rolling over to one side or the other. Great job. Now let's push that knee away just a little bit more. We'll get a little deeper. Good work. 3, 2, 1. All right, good. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So left leg is down flat, right leg is up in the air. Slide your hands up your leg and pull that straight leg down towards your chest. And I should say, regardless of your flexibility, this is going to benefit everyone, okay? Even if you're here, that's fine. Even if you need to bend your leg and you're a little farther away too, that's fine as well. Everyone's at a different level. Okay, the point of every exercise, every stretch, every workout is just to see progress for yourself and to push yourself to your limits. Not anyone else's, not mine, not your neighbor, not your friend, just your limit. Right where you push yourself outside of that comfort zone, that's where I want you to stay. 3, 2, 1. Let's bend that top leg. Bring your other knee up and push your ankle towards your chest. Still breathing. There we go. Keep breathing. Should feel this right on the side of your hip and that glute. Now let's push the knee away. Just a little push. Three, 2, 1. All right, good. So both of your knees are stacked up right over your hips. I want you to take your hands, place them on the inside of your shins. Okay? I think in yoga they call this one a happy baby. So I want you to just open up your hips. Okay, we'll all have different levels of opening. And then I want you to apply a little bit of pressure to your knees, to your hips. Let's just open up the hips a little bit more from this angle, hitting the adductors, your inner thighs. Okay, if you sit all day and your legs are close together or your legs are crossed, your hips might be a little bit tight. So let's just work on opening them up a little bit. Great job. Two, 1. All right, good. Let's come back up to a seated position. Okay, I want you to cross your right leg in front of your body, so make this perpendicular to your spine, and then take your other leg out to the side. Okay, so you've got kind of 2 right angles here with your legs. I want you to fold forward, and focusing on keeping your hips facing your ankle and your knee. Okay, this is a really good stretch for your psoas. I'll tell you how to step it up a little bit in just a second, but let's start here. Okay, forcing your chest down to your shin, keeping your hips square. Good. Come back up. I'm going to shift. You can stay right where you are in that position. Okay, to step this pose up a little bit, I want you to take this side leg and actually kick it backwards. Okay, rolling up onto your quad. All right, if you need to stay here, that's fine. If you can fold forward a little bit more, let's fold down, okay? Big deep breath. This is a stretch that we really all need to do more. Okay, I'm gonna have you hold this for another 20 seconds, and then we'll switch over to the other side. Great job. Remember, hips are square, spine is straight. All right, good. Let's come back to the middle and switch those legs. So top leg is out front. Okay, if you want to start here, if you need to stay here, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and step it back to that straight leg position. All right, my shin is perpendicular with my spine, so we make a T. And then you're going to fold forward just as much as you can, forcing that hip down towards the ground. So they are straight. You're trying to get straight towards the ground. Maybe one side is tighter than the other. That's okay. That's normal. And if you can, let's fold forward over your shin just a little bit more for your last 30 seconds here. And I'll be quiet. I just want you to breathe and hold. Two, one, and amazing. You can come back to the center now. Slowly bring your legs back under you. All right. Tuck your toes down and let's press up. Press those hips up. Stretch it as you come up just for that last little bit. Walk back to your toes, and then one vertebrae at a time. I want you to pull your spine up, up, up. With your head coming up last, and you have made it through your 20-minute rest day deep stretch. So glad to have you guys here. So hopefully you feel better now after this workout or after this stretch. I know I feel a lot better in my hips, in my glutes, hamstrings. If you want to do this again, feel more than welcome to do it again or select another stretch. I have tons of videos there for you just to make sure that your off day is beneficial to your body and to your recovery and to getting you set up for the week ahead, okay? So definitely take advantage of those stretches anytime, all the time. Make sure you check out all the info that I have in my description. We officially have a Sydney Squad membership option now that'll give you nutritional guidance. I'll give you accountability in a private group. I'll give you live Q&A access with me as well as other professionals, and so many more daily challenges outside of just our workout here in terms of mental challenges, in terms of nutritional challenges, and then also, of course, little physical challenges that can just add to your journey. So make sure you check out that Sydney Squad membership. All the details are in the description, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome day.